Well, it says we're live.
It lies.
I'm not sure for how long today,
No
folks. So
kidding.
just a heads up, if we go away,
It's
not because we're mad, it's because the
Frank.
power went out. Or
Frank-
Frank pulled the plug.
Frank
one or
pulled the
other.
plug. Okay. In order to keep us anchored to the terra firma, donate here. If you like coffee, King Harvest has a fantastic coffee. Let them know you heard about it here. Maybe they'll send us some more. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Also, as always, before we get started, somebody sent 32 glow sticks to the blanket fort. That should last about one podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
So my squirrels will be happy for about a podcast.
And if the power goes out today, we may be using them.
Yeah.
Hello, all.
David Bach. Apparently it was David.
I know.
Okay.
Some of the other stuff that has been sent, supposedly delivered, is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I've got a DHL delivery from Morocco that's wandering around South Dallas somewhere. I'm watching. They send you the link that you can track it in real time.
Yeah.
It's in South Dallas somewhere.
Yeah.
I am a little worried.
Video stream seems to start 30 seconds after you think it does. Sorry. Anyway,
Has
what
anybody
was I
sent-
going to say? I don't know.
The only glowing things we got so far are, thank God, 32 glow sticks and some glow in the dark unmentionables. That's it so far.
Oh, the pasties.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could be prophylactics.
Don't give them ideas.
Too late.
Oh.
He mentioned the unmentionables.
I remember those.
I'm not going to ask how.
Under black light, they look real interesting.
I should think so.
Yes. And the black light, it has quite the strobe effect.
Yes.
Actually, I've in my the famous Wubba Wubba story that some people have, one of the instruments used to assault the peace officer, namely me, did in fact glow in the dark.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to find it.
Didn't you say the lights were on when all that happened?
Well, they were in the freezer, so who the hell knows?
That's a point.
Yeah, out of the darkness. You believe me, you don't want to know. On the writing front, yeah, Robot 10 and oh, the chat's on a roll today.
Yeah, it is.
On the writing front, we have 3 books to announce today.
3?
Yeah. Sitting to our left, my left, is DJ Fleming, who has put out a update of a Max Brand story.
Oh, well done.
Well, I didn't update it. I just put a new cover on it. But
It's still an update.
okay.
Shut up and take the credit.
Max
Jesus.
Brand. I mean,
Yeah, it's Max Brand. It's never bad.
what's your website again?
Iktapop.media. IKTAPOP. It's a nonsense word.
I'll post it in the feed.
Thank you. And we have 2 other actual books, written books, to announce today.
Little sisters being
Little sister.
female again.
And Mona Lisa, I apologize for not catching up with you, but with daughter's surgery coming up Thursday, I've been scrambling. So I have not forgotten what I said I was going to do and work with you. The other 2 books, John Van Stry has a new one out. In his John Stryvant personality, Beware of Darkness, the Valens Heritage, Book 7.
Wow. Well done.
So he is continuing to churn them out. And also, Cedar Sanderson put up the newest in her PTSD anthology.
Series.
I cannot speak today. And I got to go look that one up because I just drew a blank on the name.
Right on the tip of my brain, but yeah.
Some days it just does not pay to chew through the straps.
Right. It's there somewhere. It's got a fantastic cover.
Well, it should be there. The hell?
But not broken.
But not
But
broken.
not broken.
Thank you.
Everybody else, apparently the entire chat knew about it.
Yeah. All right. So y'all are ahead of us. Shut up. Anyway, 3 books worth going out and getting.
Yes.
Add them to your to be read list. Hey, John, it went live. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're still not feeling well.
Yeah.
Join the rest of us.
Law dog novelization of Hot Fuzz. What? What?
That might be interesting, actually.
Half the authors may be in the chat. I love our chats.
You really?
No,
Was not what you were saying the other day.
I was right.
Oh, congratulations, Jen.
Well done, Jen.
Another great nephew today.
Ooh.
Great nephew. Great nephew. Great nephew. Great nephew. Okay.
Nephew's son.
Yeah.
Is that grandnephew?
Yeah, I'm just the actual tree is in a different language. I was having to translate.
Yeah. Yeah, the to be read plow can get interesting sometimes.
No kidding. No, everybody knows that I'm currently doing a 30-day hitch in Nice Gulag, and I've got my different Facebook profile up, right? Crickets.
Go ahead, tell them what it is.
Okay, yes, I had to think there for a second. Lost a glow stick. It's IAIN space AN space SIONNACH, which is Gaelic for Ian the Fox. He's an easy one to find. He's got my avatar with Groucho Marx glasses
Yeah,
and the nose, because Facebook must die.
yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about searing on Facebook. Yeah, that is true.
It's
Thank you.
Gaelic for Ian the Fox.
Thank you, John. Appreciate your putting that in there.
Thank you. That's IAIN is the actual the ancient, the very old spelling of Ian.
Yeah, Ag, sometimes they do drag out the old spellings. And sometimes they invent old spellings just so they can reuse them again.
I think it's called Welsh.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. Mumbai,
Mumbai,
which used to be Bombay.
Bombay, which used to be something else before it was Bombay.
Yeah. Busan, which
Ian
used to be,
and Chinook. It's Ian and Chinook is how it's pronounced.
okay.
And I
Busan.
just his squirrels just lost their glow stick.
There's Busan, which used to be Busan.
Mhm.
Oh, what the hell did they rename Peking? Beijing.
It's not a renaming, technically. It's just a different way of transliterating
Yeah.
the Chinese into English. There are like 8 different systems, and
Yeah.
the current one is Beijing.
But technically, they claim it's an old name for Peking.
Yes.
It's whatever. Ian's a Canuck. Yeah.
Chinook.
He's not nice enough to be a Canuck.
Nope.
Also, doesn't stab you in the back.
I am not nice enough to be Canadian. Canadians are so damn nice. They were so nice. They actually got together and gave Fidel Castro's illegitimate hate child a job. It's damn nice of them.
Hey, they weren't that nice to the Cajuns.
They're
No,
They're so nice that they're taking all the euthanized people and using them for spare parts more than China,
Oh,
Yep.
which is an accomplishment.
oh,
Yes.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I got kicked out of Arcadia. The Cajuns were actually kicked out of France, kicked out of Canada. The good navigators ended up in Louisiana. The bad navigators ended up in Texas.
Well, they kept getting kicked as they went down the coast.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of getting kicked,
Uh-oh.
oh, it's pretty sad when we have better media coverage by the Daily Mail in England than we have in the United States on what's going on in East Palestine, Ohio.
Wait. Do you see the name of the author of this piece of garbage? Hope Sloop.
Oh, jeez.
Hope Sloop.
Anyway, basically what the railroad has done is pretty much destroyed East Palestine, Ohio, or Palestine, depending on how you want to pronounce it, with the fire that they set to burn off the hazardous chemicals, which created more hazardous chemicals
Like it does.
that are actually toxic to the point of death.
Yep.
And it also exploded in a rather large fireball that was seen from space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well done, railroad.
But it was sitting there reading the article, and this sentence kind of made me go, "Meh." 2 of the 5 detonated cars that were completely polymerized, polymerized in a dangerous incident as the fireballs exploded and the black smoke wafted through the air. Polymerized means they were turned to plastic. I didn't know steel could turn to plastic.
Well, they're using large words to appear more photosynthesis.
Okay. Frick. Yeah, plus a kill zone in an agricultural area. You're right, Rick. Sadly, that may be the end of that town.
It better
Almost
be.
has to be.
It better be. Anybody that goes back's nuts.
Yeah, and the railroad's offering up a total of $2,500 to the town for their oopsie.
So I'm guessing the farmland around there is some of the scant farmland left that's not owned by Bill Gates.
Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
how these things all line up.
Yeah, like Centralia, Pennsylvania. That's another one. Yeah. Yeah, Jesse. And of course, the question is, where's Buttigieg? Whatever his name is.
As far away from the disaster as possible.
Yeah.
And that's probably a good thing.
I'm going to keep it PG. I'm going to keep it PG. I'm going to keep it PG. I
Yeah.
swear to God, we'll keep it PG.
No, you're not.
Right.
So Secretary Butt Plug.
Yes, Sarah. Hopefully they do tell the railroad to pound sand, and the lawsuits are going to be rather large.
I should hope so.
Yeah. And it's the headwaters of the Mississippi. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know if he's on paternity leave or not.
He was
Yeah,
Last time.
that was his last excuse.
butt gig. According to Little Sister, it's pronounced butt gig.
Okay.
It's actually a Maltese last name.
Yeah.
It's not pronounced butt gig, but it is from here on out.
Yeah.
I think he's more concerned with the racism of construction jobs being
Yeah.
mostly white.
Yeah.
Actually, when I hate the sound the roof is making right now. I really do.
When
I
the
was-
whole air conditioner on the roof, which is rather large, is vibrating.
Yeah. I was going to say that the that transportation secretary Pete Frank, prepare your liver. That Pete Buttigieg was his location was under the desk in the Oval Office, but I'm trying to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, but for whom? Because Joe goes after children and
Yeah.
Kamala goes after guys.
His think pudding has so many bubbles in it, he doesn't know if that's a boy or a man.
bad when the co-host is trying to get rid of the other host. Monica position, yeah. Duck and cover. Under the desk was Kamala's job.
Well, between Kalma and Pete, probably in a race, who's got the better technique. Sorry, Frank.
I mean, it's the only skills they've got.
It's the only skills either one of them's
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, they the truly sad part is, we joke about this shit, but
You got to. It's either joke or cry.
yeah, the amount of lives lost, the amount of jobs that are going to be lost, the amount of agricultural land, which we're hurting for right now.
The devastation in general, which is
Yeah.
going to last for generations.
Yeah. Well, it's like Centralia, Pennsylvania has been burning for close to 50 years now,
Decades.
and they have no way to put it out.
It's an underground fire, right?
Yeah,
From
coal
everyone.
seam.
Coal seam.
Yeah.
It's been burning for almost 50 years. Becky made a comment. The court suit should be bigger than the one at Bhopal. Yes, I agree with that completely.
Well,
The problem will be collecting any money in these people's lifetimes, however much they have left of the lifetime. And that's the bad part. I saw one interview this morning where they were talking to two people from,
It hasn't come through yet. You're safe.
yeah,
I'm
well,
afraid
it's
that it's
over there.
Freight's fixing to take off and land somewhere south of Austin.
Probably the same place my fucking newspaper went this
No
morning.
kidding. Next
Oh.
door, the Pizza Hut, the sign's shaking so bad, I was halfway worried about parking there because I'm afraid that my pickup's going to have a Pizza Hut sign embedded in it.
Well, that could be an improvement.
Well, it wouldn't have hurt it any.
That's true. Yeah, exactly, Ag. They'll try to deny any effect, then deny cases no standing.
And then they'll make a whole bunch of legal firms really rich.
Like the asshole that did the asbestos. He made $190 million. Bought the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
The average
The people he was representing.
the average person he was representing got between $1,000 and $2,000. So yeah, the lawyers are going to make out. Yeah, that's a good point, John. Warren Buffett owns the railroad, so he'll get some kind of immunity from the government. Yeah.
Anywho, on to things more cheerful, and I just forgot what the hell that was going to be.
They're supposed to be cheerful.
There was. I had something cheerful I was to talk about, and then
Another anthology coming
Okay.
out.
Speaking of anthologies, I do have now my 10th story for Twisted Tropes.
yay!
So I will be working on that the next 2 weeks, along with trying to take care of my daughter, her 2 kids, 2 Labrador retrievers.
You're just lying here. Let you're grumpy about that. You really are. I mean, you didn't get to see her at Christmas because of stuff, but now you get to go, even though it's like you have to do stuff, you get to spend time with your incredibly adorable grandchildren.
You met Kaya.
I know. I know what you're in for. You're gonna be exhausted when you get back. We're gonna have to let you sleep for a week.
Yes.
So
you are going to fill up the grandpa tanks in about 30
Grandpa tank's
seconds.
gonna be completely filled
In
up.
about 30 seconds.
And the dogs are even worse.
Well, you
They're
know,
Labs.
they're labs.
Labs. Yes.
At least they're cheerful
They're
because they're labs.
derp
They're
retrievers.
happy.
Yeah, they're
Labrador.
cheerful, all right.
There's no better dog for kids than a Labrador.
They're Labradorps.
They're Labradorps. Yes.
Yeah.
We had a Labrador when Katie was little, and she was like the best dog ever. She was so great. So, in
I
other
liked-
news,
Vito, the Rottweiler,
of course you did.
Jim,
because he was nice and mellow most of the time.
Labradorps.
Yeah, I suppose a mellow dog is okay, but with kids, a Labrador is just—it's like just having a pack of puppies. So
Yeah, 80-pound puppies.
80
Thank
pound
you very
puppies.
much.
Yep. Yep,
Okay,
definitely.
Space Cowboys. We've got February 24th. First one hits the dirt ground running.
Yep.
Then we got two more after that.
Yep.
Second one will be March 10th or 11th, 2 weeks after the first one, and the third one
Sometime later.
We have
somewhere
a
along.
calendar on the wall if you want to check. We had to write it all down because we can't keep track of all of it. So, but we essentially have 3 books every Friday. There's stuff coming out throughout every month of the year.
Yeah.
We have a book. Something is coming out every Friday from all of our gang. So while he's looking at the calendar, in other news,
Yes.
Three Moms of the Apocalypse have 2 episodes in the can.
Yes.
And so, and fair warning to the guys, they know better to be in the blanket for it when we're talking about stuff. So first one goes up
Run
tomorrow,
away.
Wednesday, 6. You can talk in the chat, even though it's not live. And then the next one will not be live, but we'll do a live stream at the end of the month. So we got 2 upcoming. First one's tomorrow. So
Okay, so
not safe for work. Small
postcard
children or husbands.
Postcards from Mars is launched this Friday.
Yes.
Space Cowboys is launched next Friday. After that, pretty much every Friday we've got books coming out for the foreseeable future.
Pretty much. And what blank spots do you have?
It's crying.
Yes, isn't that great?
He hasn't seen the flying monkeys yet.
What?
I've only heard about
He's
it.
only heard
Oh.
the flying monkeys. You need to show him the flying monkeys.
The great thing about this monkey, the only great thing about any monkey put on this planet is if you grab his little tail and you pull, he can hit the wall. And he screams all the way down.
And Dee just sitting over there trying not to bust out laughing. And he's trying not to laugh. Now he started coughing.
I hate
Yes,
monkeys.
Ian's playing with his monkey again during a
I'm not
podcast.
playing with a monkey. I'm torturing. Well, that might be
He
torture.
didn't spank it at least.
Actually, I discovered.
You had to do that, didn't you?
Yep.
If you take the furry rabbit little shit, you hold him firmly.
uh,
And we wiped out Jim.
and the things that we do,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, Postcards from Mars is a collection of. That's never going to get old. Yeah, I know.
We've already got the rubber squeaky chicken.
No, the monkey's much better. Postcard from Mars is at MarsCon. Anybody who wanted one got a AI generated picture and had to write a 50-word short story, not an introduction. In 50 words, write an entire short story. So we got a metric butt ton of submissions. Courtney's been working her butt off to get them together.
Well, okay. So we expected 12. We got 57 from what we handed out at MarsCon and what Cedar handed out online. We got 57 returned. And the challenge was to make it a real short story, not an introductory paragraph.
Nope.
It had to be a complete story
In
honor
50
of
words.
Frederick Brown, the complete master of entirely tiny short stories. And if you haven't read Frederick Brown, go read his work.
Read Frederick Brown.
If you want to know how to craft a short story, that man is a PhD course in it. He's amazing. So we decided to go out and challenge some authors to do some work. So
He was a hell of a novelist.
Well, for
He
what
is
it's
too.
worth, I didn't get in either, so don't feel bad.
oh, sorry guys.
And I wrote a real 50-word story.
You did. Problem we're running into is that we had to figure out how to publish them because we weren't originally going to, but it was good. We are going to do a volume that has all of them in it. So for people to have, but it's not going to be a sale one. So
Anywho, so this went so well that it looks like we're going to be doing one at every con we go to. And about 2 weeks after the con, we'll be releasing a book of collected 50-word short stories.
not a month.
A month.
after.
A month out.
At least a month.
Yeah, we've got them on the schedule. So
Yeah. Speaking of cons,
I wasn't there. I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault.
yeah, Steve Diamond kind of went on a rant this morning about LTUE.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
I missed this? On Facebook or
Facebook,
really?
Writer Dojo. So
Writers Dojo. They refuse to put him on any panels with horror stories.
Steve Diamond,
Yes,
The horror writer.
the horror writer.
the horror
The
writer.
really
Okay.
good horror writer.
Yes,
Yeah, that makes sense.
he's on a bunch of other trash panels, but no horror panels at all.
Of course.
They just, I mean, they've shot themselves both feet. Now they're working up to the knees.
the
Yeah.
good thing is that Dave Butler and Brad and Larry are putting together the Writers Cantina event
Yeah.
in July. So maybe it's an answer to that crap. So,
Yeah.
I LTUE. I wasn't going to ding it. Oh, what the hell? You know me. I'm going to ding it. They waited really late to finally get their guest of honor put up.
They had to find one.
I'm guessing they had to find one.
Yeah.
And I'm a neophyte, and I don't recognize a lot of their guests of honor. I have no idea who the hell they are.
I don't either. Don't care. Not going.
Nope.
Yeah, David, they've been going down the tubes for a while. Sad part is that was actually a very good
That was a
convention.
really
It
good
was.
con when it was running properly.
That's where Brandon Sanderson and Larry both got their starts.
No, it was. I learned some really good stuff at LTUE. Ran into made some good friends.
Yeah.
In absentia, got shanghaied to do a short story for anthology.
Pitching all the way.
It's a good short story.
And you couldn't figure out which one to write.
Started writing, wound up writing 2 short stories.
Got liver damage.
Oh,
Yeah, that might have had something to do with some of those nights in the bar.
if you're in Provo, don't go to the bar.
Yeah.
No.
I love several Mormons, but Mormon people that don't drink have no business trying to mix a drink.
Yes,
I mean, there
Kermit.
is the comedy of the Mormon curtain.
Yeah.
That was LTE was the okay. Story time. Larry was he was at Liberty or LTUE, and he was supposed to be moderating a panel on self-publishing. Well, none, zero, zip, nada of the other panelists showed up. So he's up there and he's standing there being Larry. He said, "Well, there's somebody here who could be on this panel. He's done some writing. I'm looking right at him." It's like, damn it. And went up there and we started. It was going to be me and Larry. We started doing the panel, and I think we answered 2 questions. And I looked up, and Jim Curtis and Peter Grant were walking in late. And I said, "Thank God, get over here."
Okay. And it was a well-liked panel.
It was a really good panel.
Yeah, Mona Lisa's right. Ordered a White Russian at LTE. Waiter thought she was asking for a guy named Ivan. We did have some good family dinners at LTUE. The problem was keeping the attendance list to a reasonable number.
Whew.
well, they had to get past me. So.
Yeah.
We also, that's where we coalesced into taking over the bar. We had the never-ending table.
Yeah.
And poor James Young. He was there the year Peter Grant couldn't show for some reason. So he was James Young was Peter Grant's stunt double.
Yeah.
That's how we were introducing him. And he wound up at the never-ending table. And what we did is we sat at a table. It was me and Rita and Jim and Jonna at a table. And the people started dropping by, and we kept stealing tables from the dining room. And we wound up this long buffet table, and people were cycling in and cycling out. As you left to go to a con or to a panel, somebody would take your
Yeah.
spot. And so it's like we adopted James Young, and he's going, "They're never going to have me back. They're never going to have me back."
Well, also James swore up and down he was going to be low key, not get involved, not going to be on any panel.
And Peter Grant's stunt double wound up on a lot of panels.
And by the last panel of the night, he was moderating the panel.
They're both African Americans.
Yeah, they
It
are.
was a good trade-off.
Yeah. And Dot went along with it wholeheartedly.
Right? I don't understand what the problem was.
But by the last panel of the night, James got up and said, "Yes, I'm Dr. James Young. I am a PhD in military history," and basically listed his CV, and he says, "And I'm moderating this bunch of assholes."
Oh my God, I love him so much. So right after that panel, which apparently he did a fabulous job on,
Yes, he did.
he was sitting in the bar yelling at me because goddamn you people. And who walks up but James, the one person James is likely to fanboy at, because James is holds himself well. Brandon Sanderson walks up and goes, "Hey, you're Dr. James Young. I was just in your panel." And of course, James loses his mind because Brandon Sanderson knows his name and has just walked up. And I'm like, "Hey, Brandon, how you doing?" And Brandon's like, "Do you have a card or something? I'd really like to talk to you about this." So James is like flipping through all this shit, cannot find out of business cards. And he's like looking all flustered, which James never is. And I said, "James," he said, "What?" I said, "Do you have a bookmark? It has all your information on it," because he's a master of marketing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I do." And I'm looking at Brandon, and Brandon's looking at me like, "This is hilarious." Absolutely hilarious. And she's like, "I'm so gonna kill you." But he gave him a bookmark and had a nice chat, and then Brandon toddled on his way. And he was like, "I hate you." I'm like, "You had a bookmark. It works." So,
the random threats that we get sometimes.
Oh, the great thing was that Rita is not a science fiction reader. Well, she is now. But
she is now.
when I first met Rita, she wasn't big on science fiction, music, history, and she's meeting all these people. Like, "This is Brandon. Hello, Brandon. I'm Rita. Hello, Larry. Hello, Bridget. Hello, James." And then now she's going back. She's going, "Wait, was that Brandon Sanderson?" "Yes, dear. That was
Yes,
Brandon
dear.
Sanderson at LTUE.
Yeah,
He's written books."
Yeah.
Yes,
A lot
yes,
of them.
yes,
a
baby.
couple here
Yes.
and there.
Yeah.
One or
Sort of
two,
sells
maybe.
a few,
Couple-
kind of.
And Rita was the first one that looked at Larry and said, "Hi, Larry, Bridget."
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"It is," I was like, the only reason it was when we had big family dinners, we had it after the convention. We all know each other online at that point, but we didn't hang out together yet. We hadn't physically been in the same spot.
Yeah.
So we rented an Airbnb, a huge one.
A glorious Airbnb.
And it was in the
Underground.
basement.
It
It
was
was
a-
a basement one, so we could be loud, not really offend
It was an
people.
underground den.
Yeah, and the nice part was, it was a place where we could all just go and hang out. And Larry and Bridget came, and there's nothing better than doing a big potluck dinner with a bunch of Mormons,
Oh my God.
because it's really easy. I mean, you just find the biggest guy in the room, Larry, tell everybody to shut up, and the girl and the kids get in line, right? And so I walked home with Larry, tell everybody it's time for dinner. He's like, oh, okay. It's like, okay. And he did, and everybody was quiet, and the kids all got fed, and then of course they all cleaned, which is amazing. So, but I was like, "I'm glad you're here, Larry, because we really wanted Bridget to come." So,
Rita was the first one I ever saw that said, "Oh, hi, Larry, Bridget."
yeah, we like Larry, but a bunch of us are like, "Okay, if Larry's going to be there, that means we can ignore him and get Bridget to ourselves." So,
And then that was the one year that Larry, Bridget finally came down for the entire conference.
yes,
And
Had a blast.
I'm sitting there in the middle of the hall doing something, and I get grabbed. And this female voice goes, "Come with me." "Oh, hi, Bridget." And yanks me over into the coffee area. Says, "I need to talk to somebody." Okay.
Mhm. Well, we were sitting with Brad in the bar. We were watching Larry and Bridget try to walk down the hallway from all the meeting rooms down to the bar, and we were like taking numbers, taking bets on how long it would take them to get there. And I finally got so tired of it, I was like, "I'll be right back, guys." So I went down and I said, "Bridget, we're all sitting down there. You can see Larry. So why don't you just come sit with us, and you can join the pool on how long it'll take him to get to you." She's like, "I'm in." Off we went.
That year I posted a picture, and it was from behind Rita and Bridget and Jonna walking down the hallway at LTUE Worth Purpose.
Mhm.
and I put it up on Facebook with no caption necessary, and people added a caption, added a lot of captions. They were walking down the hallway with purpose.
Yeah.
Well, there's an antique store. I know this because Rhea took me there, and then Rhea took Bridget there, and then took Jonna there, and then took Bridget and Jonna there.
Yes. And that's the fun of the cons. You know, it's not so much.
I do learn stuff at cons,
Oh yeah.
but I network much better.
Yeah.
And I get to see people that I get, I don't get to see Larry enough.
Well, the problem is you get 5 minutes with somebody as you're walking.
Yeah.
Or catch them between panels or something like that. But the other thing is, yeah. Yeah, that we did, Jennifer. That's true. We did the same thing down in Dallas too.
From now on, we're going to have Rita pick the dining venues because she finds little hole in the wall places.
At LibertyCon, we're going to the Meat Faucet.
I haven't been there yet.
I know.
Yeah.
We are going to do the Meat Faucet.
Good.
Yes. And Jennifer has excellent taste, by the way, in foods.
Oh, and how?
And that little Japanese steakhouse we went to, it's maybe 10 tables, if that. And a very, very good selection of meats.
And if you can catch Jennifer,
Oh, we'll do City Diner too.
Oh yeah, you've got to. That's one of the 7 holy stops when you're at LibertyCon.
Yeah.
If you can get Jennifer in a lumpia making mood,
Oh God.
yeah.
That'll be a while. Sarah, we call it the Meat Faucet.
It's a Brazilian steakhouse.
Brazilian steakhouse.
My first ever one was down in Houston.
Yeah.
Rita found it. And I didn't even know the damn things existed.
Yeah, you and Johnny.
Johnny Guest and Ashley Emerson,
Matt,
me, and you and
Yeah.
Rita. Rita was the only female there. I actually noticed.
Yeah.
Went to it, and I didn't realize. And Rita said, "Baby, just turn over the flag." I was like, "Okay." So I turned over the little card, and then somebody showed up with a meat on a sword, and it was great.
Somebody at the door.
I will get it.
So
I'll go get it.
so
Get it?
Okay.
both Jim and Rita are Brazilian steakhouse aficionados.
Yeah.
And said, well, it was a decent one.
Yeah.
And I thought, decent? Holy God, I had the meat sweats. It was great. So Jim and Rita took me to Texas Day Brazil down in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. This very neat gentleman, or several neat gentlemen with meat on swords,
Yeah.
shows up and starts scooting the meat off the sword onto your plate until you say no.
Yeah. The fun part. Yeah. Oh yes. Casay, Portugal. Oh, damn it! What's the name of that place?
And as long as the green is up,
I'm drawing a blank.
these guys with swords keep showing up and sloughing meat onto your plate. And then when the meat sweats are when you're about done, you just turn the little card over and they stop showing up. And you sit there for a while
Yeah.
until things move through, and then you very sneakily turn the card and swing, guys with swords start putting meat on your plate.
I can't think of a better thing because they're all young
Yeah.
in nice pants. And so it's just like it's heaven.
Yeah, the funny one was Texas Day
even a
Brazil in Dallas
Oh,
had thick cut, full slices of bacon on the salad bar.
oh God, the salad bar.
Yeah.
That just, and the terrible thing is the salad bar at Texas Day Brazil, the one that they took me to,
Yeah,
the salad bar is world class. And
Yes.
I'm that's not hyperbole. The salad bar is world class. But if you eat any of it, there's no more room for me.
yeah. A place called Carnivore in Africa. Ian,
No, doesn't ring a bell.
huh? Okay. Yeah, they do get it. Bacon as a salad.
Picanha. Brazilians know their way around a cow.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you. Wait for the guy with the picanha on the sword. I don't know what cut of meat that is. I probably should figure out one of these times, but medium rare. Oh my God. And just tell him to just empty the sword on your plate and go away. Meat faucets. Yes, it is the meat because you turn over the card or raise
Yeah.
a flag or whatever, and boing, there's guys with meat on swords.
Yes. We need to make a road trip down to San Antonio and around a pineapple too. Yeah.
Around a pineapple.
Yeah, they do know their way around pineapples.
Oh, I don't know. I was too busy working my way through a stack of picanha.
Trying to remember the one in San Diego. There was an excellent one in San Diego for a long time, but I think it went away. 34 pounds of beef for $2 a pound. That's not bad, differ.
Holy gods, that's really good.
Yeah. Becky says, we'll meet you in San Diego. San Antonio.
There used to be, there's a little camp, the military camp outside of San Antonio. I used to have to go to a couple times a year, and
Little military camp.
you're not Fort Sam. It's
I was going to say.
Camp Bullis. Yes,
Okay.
I don't. I try to be roundabout, and half the knows who I'm talking about. And there was a Embassy Suites on the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Riverwalk is fantastic.
We need to find out when Rob's going to be down there because they challenged us to come down for that book release.
Yes, they did. We need to go support a book release down there. Oh, the Brazilians. The Brazilians have really good booze too.
Yes.
I guess it's good.
Yeah.
I was using it to wash down the picanha. So
Yeah.
You don't remember anything after that.
Tom goes, did a Brazilian steakhouse. Where the hell did that go?
he retracted it.
Redacted it.
Seriously?
That was a good comment, Tom.
Anyway,
Yeah,
So-
AJ, we can do that.
of course, when I was going down to Camp Bullis occasionally, San Antonio was a lot smaller than it is now.
Yeah. I have no desire to go to the Riverwalk. That's, the tourist trap and then some.
It's not a large part of it is a tourist trap, but
Yeah.
there used to be this little hole in the wall Mexican place on the river.
Yeah.
And they had tables out on the
On
Water.
the Riverwalk, yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And the food there was toe curling.
Well, it's, sadly, like so many other places in the world, good things, good places, good little hole in the walls that we knew years ago are gone because they've been overtaken by progress.
Yeah, progress, and they've been bought out by big corporations.
Yeah, it was nice about 30 years ago. That's true, Brian.
They
Oh.
used to be able to rent or get a boat and drift down the Riverwalk Christmas time and look at all the lights.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic.
Yeah, Frank would not survive. This is true.
Good.
Yeah. That always reminds me of Lahaina over on Maui. Lahaina used
Julie's been to the restaurant. Yay!
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a little hole in the wall, and the food was just toe curling.
but Lahaina was this little village over on Maui and happened to be fairly close where you could actually be on shore and watch the humpbacks play.
Oh,
And-
whales.
Damn it, Tom. Now you blew a train of thought again. Anyway, Lahaina was this little village and a couple of really good little sandwich shops over there because we used to have to go bounce over there. Let me clarify. I'm learning. Naval aviation, especially in a submarine warfare, you take off and disappear, quote, quote, for 12 hours. You come back and you land. Well, the problem is you have to have so many takeoffs and landings under controlled environment to maintain your ratings,
Okay.
and especially your instrument ratings. You also have to have so many hours flying airways to maintain those ratings. So we used to bounce we would take off from Honolulu or from Barbers Point, fly over to Lahaina because it was a sleepy little airport, and sit there and bounce for an hour or two. Park the airplane in front of the terminal, get out, go down to the village or eat lunch in the terminal, come out, bounce for another hour or two, fly back to Barbers Point. So it was this really neat little village. And then I was back over there about 10 years later, and there were these hotels built around the village.
Mhm.
And I was back out there in early 2000s, and the village is gone.
Well, it's
It's a tourist trap.
every time I have to go down to the Metro Mess, I see more of these. What the hell do you call them? These little islands of cookie cutter houses surrounded by a wall.
Yeah.
What the hell are they called?
Mushroom houses, according to Jonna.
Subdivisions.
Subdivisions.
Yep.
And every time I go down to the Metro Mess, there are more and more subdivisions. They're ugly. They're identical. They're plastic. And they're metastasizing out towards Decatur. It really annoys me.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying earlier, the whales talking about the view. No, if we were talking about the view, we would be referring to ocean sunfish.
Yeah.
It is a large dartfish, parasite ridden and good for nothing. That's the
True.
view, not whales.
Yeah.
Oh, and Frank being in position. If we get rid of Frank, 2 more take his place. Challenge accepted. Buckle up, me boyos.
Frank's poor liver.
Yeah. Yeah, Dallas and Denton were separate cities.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here pretty
I
quick, Denton and Decatur are going to be one
Yeah.
big.
I was invited over to Mona Lisa's after one of our get-togethers.
I still have
And,
to go to Little Sister. First.
When I left Prosper, I remembered in my hindbrain this little old 2-lane road that would get me up to 380, so I could cut back over.
He was there when the Comanches originally laid that road out.
No, I was not.
It was the Kiowa.
I was,
Kyle.
however, there when the ranch road literally was the ranch road, because the kid that I went to college with, his daddy owned the ranch, and it was a 2-lane road coming out of Dallas, going all the way up to 380.
Dirt uphill both ways.
So, I Google Maps. Yeah, hell, why not? It's got to be better than fighting this friggin' traffic where she lives. So I go down there and turn. It says I'm on a road, and I'm looking, and it's 6 lanes wide. And there are shopping centers and housing, and shopping centers and housing, and shopping centers and housing.
Yep.
Frick did the road go all the way up to 380, and it finally got down to only a 4-lane road. And it's like, okay, it's been a while since I've been here. 40 years, 50 years, 40 years.
It's dark, so you're feeling for the travoy grooves.
Yeah. Hell, for parts of it, it was a dirt road back then.
Feeling for the grooves and the horse prints.
Actually-
they were here 200 years ago.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Actually, there were some caddos around. There were still some caddos around.
Wichita.
Yeah.
Washita. Excuse me, Washita.
And the funny thing is, talking about flying, you can actually see the old cattle trails.
Yes, you can.
You can see a number of things from the air that you don't expect. You can see where the cattle went. You can see the Oregon Trail. You can see the Santa Fe Trail. Take a left at the mule tied to the red post. Yeah, that's pretty much true, especially in Louisiana. Sometimes even today.
In Malta, you got grooves worn in limestone from chariots. And fly, little monkey. I love the Doppler as he screams. It's just,
Yes,
love the
I am
Doppler.
working some of that into my westerns. Yeah, that's a good point. Most of the roads in the United States actually come from animal trails.
you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
But it was easier. You know, the animal was going somewhere where
And
there
ta-
was
and
either
taking
water or
it-
food.
Taking an easier, most easiest,
Yeah.
most logical route.
Yeah. Part of directions to my aunt's place. Yeah. The the best one I got was down in Louisiana. Was go by where the old Miller place used to be. Go up to where the brown cow is sitting at the corner of the crossroads and turn right. And go down to the third driveway on the left.
Yeah, I had a dispatcher. Me, new to Bugscuffle County, I had a dispatcher give me directions like that. And the directions began with when you get off the paved road.
Yeah.
I had to go back and say, Miss Grady, sweetheart, I did not grow up here. I've been in this county 3 days. 3 days. I do not know where the old Johnson place is. Well, honey, everybody knows that. I didn't grow up here, Miss Grady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Turn left to the old
we did
Calvary.
the same thing to Jonna by accident.
Mhm.
The first time she was voting, we told her to go to the old Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Giggle.
Oh, yeah, it was like, okay, what the hell is a Piggly Wiggly?
Well,
For
and
starters.
women and men give different directions differently.
Yeah. The camera's wobbling, guys.
Yeah.
With the table. So, but no, it was like, I don't know.
She didn't know what a Piggly Wiggly
I didn't
was.
know what one was.
And she didn't know where it used to be.
I didn't know where it used to be.
And she was walking. I went. I told Rita, "Hun, we might want to help her."
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. It's,
A weird tradition.
Victor says 30 years of telco work. I am constantly amazed how some folks found their way home every day from their directions.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
Go down to where that big tree used to be on the corner.
Sometimes I wonder what happened to people who stopped to ask me for directions.
Is it a Piggly Wiggly or a loaf and jug? Piggly Wiggly was actually a
No.
full-size grocery
Yeah,
store.
with a full size, almost full service grocery store.
We drove past one on the way to Liberty time.
Well, there's actually
Yeah.
one left.
Yeah, Piggly Wiggly, A&P.
He's tired of screaming.
I remember A&P.
There were quite a few of them. Yeah, my directions are muscle memory.
Go down to the Blockbuster and there's more blocks than you're there.
Yeah.
Rita hates that because for me, all of my law enforcement has been on 287. So my direction, Rita hates this. My directions are either west west is 287 going that way, or east is going that way. When the signs all say north and south
Yeah.
because it ends up north and south. But in Texas, it's basically an east-west road. So it's like go east on 287, and I'll get this exasperated sigh.
Yeah. Well, technically, no, it's not. Yeah,
It's more lateral than vertical,
it's more lateral than vertical, at least here.
and that's what counts.
Yes. Sometimes the women's engagement of brains and directions are sketchy at best.
I'm not getting involved in this conversation whatsoever.
Walk back from that one.
Yeah, because
Well-
there's a lady with a very large pair of scissors over there.
Like I said earlier, there is a difference the way men and women give directions.
Give or take. Yeah.
Women don't take directions worth of shit.
Yeah.
We don't. But men never ask. So
Yeah.
they'll be lost for hours after we've already gotten there.
Not everyone is Tim.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, no kidding. Oh, dude.
Go south on West Route 9. Yeah. But men tend to give more precise, and I'll use that term loosely, precise directions,
I will agree with you on that one.
but it's literally road markings. Go east on 287 till you get to Route 79. Go left on 79, go 19.2 miles. And you're there.
The first time Rita asked for directions and I gave her directions was it was 27 left on 27, right on Beltway, left on Deaf Smith, and she looked at me.
Well, women are more visual. They'll give visual directions based on a store or a landmark easily recognizable.
Mhm.
Yeah, visual cue.
Yeah.
Rita's very visual.
Well, and some of us are like weirdly, we don't know north, south, east, west. And I find that really hard here because the way I knew north, south, east, west was where the mountains were.
Right.
Yep.
And
There's this glowing orb.
yeah, which changes position all the time. So
And is gone half the day.
and it's gone half the night. When somebody says go east, I have to stop and think of where did the sun come up this morning? Oh, that way. Okay, so that means east must be over there. I have to think about it because I'm also left-handed. So people tell me to turn right and I will turn left. So it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird.
Okay.
So, and Peter, who's from the southern hemisphere, has the same issue
Oh, yeah.
that he does. His sense of direction is completely opposite
No,
from
and
us.
there's something. I was a bloody cavalry scout. I have aced land nav every time I've taken a course. I have taught land nav.
Yeah.
If you give me a map and a protractor, I'm good. But by God, you get me in a city and I'm lost. Some of those cities really screws me up.
Some cities, yeah, I felt that way in Baton Rouge because Baton Rouge is very flat. There's no up because hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I felt like I was just driving around a little neighborhood and I didn't have a mountain range to go, okay, I know where I am.
Yeah.
Or a
Or a-
building to
or a
orient
grain
off
up-
of.
Texas, I always found the grain elevator. If I could spot the grain
it's not
elevator,
bad,
yeah.
but yeah, and here is really hard because I'm like, where there's nothing I can key
There's
off
no,
of out
there's
here.
no grain elevator.
So,
And the water towers suck.
yeah, they do. And they're weird. So anyway,
Jamie says, I've heard both give directions via this bar to that bar to that bar to that bar.
that works too. Actually, here it's like this taco truck to that taco truck.
Yeah.
No, not that one. The one that's run by the little grannies. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That taco truck.
That taco truck.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Oh
taco
my
truck.
God, that was good.
The lake is, Chicago said the lake is to the east.
But you still can't see it.
You can't see it. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I had never thought about left-handers automatically turning left instead of turning
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's weird. It's difficult. So
Taco truck or a church barbecue. Yeah. Church
Yes.
barbecues, especially during the summer. Yes.
when I was working small towns, first thing I do is find the grain elevator.
Yeah.
And once I knew the grain elevator and the sheriff's office, I was good. I had 2 points I was good.
Turning for a dominant hand. I have never thought about that. Of course,
I had an issue.
yeah, never had an issue. So
Chris is ambidextrous because that explains a lot.
I'm almost ambidextrous. Buggy when the rider's drunk and the horse knows the way home. Yeah, horses usually know the way back to the barn.
Somebody was talking about driver's side, passenger side. I
Yeah.
use that for anatomical references on the dogs. And the first time I told Rita that Mochi had hurt her driver's side front paw.
Yeah.
Rita looked at me for a minute and went, "Oh, that makes sense." And she does the same thing. It's the passenger side back paw or the driver's side front paw.
Yep.
Or
Makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yes, horses want to get fed usually, and I can say this having been a victim of it. They will go to the barn at the most inopportune times
Oh, no kidding.
and make you walk 2 miles back to the barn.
Oh, when it's chow time, horse is going to go get
Yeah.
chow.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, a lot of the places are laid out on grids, and they're all 640 acres or 1 square mile. Unless you run into a creek, a river, a lake, or something like that, then you've got this perfect road that goes nick, and you're going, where the hell? What?
Chris says that you're actually going to get a UFO. You're not going to California. You're going off the coast of South Carolina to recover a UFO from the seabed.
They already got most of it. Speaking of
Besides,
which,
he wouldn't talk about it if he did.
yeah, town literally stops at a given road. That's true. The best case of that is Brasilia, the capital of Brazil.
The totally planned, designed city.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
it's in the middle of the
No.
jungle.
Yep.
Okay.
There are no roads to it.
Yep.
So you have this beautiful 4-lane road that stops in a wall of jungle
Mhm.
on all 4 directions going out of town. And they all precisely are laid out north, south, east, west.
All right, then.
But you can't get there from any other way than
you have
flying.
to fly in.
You have
Yeah.
to fly in. Yep.
And on that note, folks, we've wasted
Oh, we
another
have.
hour of your time.
Where'd the monkey go?
You threw him that way.
I did?
between
Okay.
The
couch
monkey
and
fucked
the-
off the buffalo.
Good.
Dystopian, utopian design.
Yeah.
Yes. They did it on purpose.
Also, you're from the West, if you understand what a section is.
Yeah.
It took me the longest time to before I figured out the section was a square mile.
640 acres section, square mile, all the same thing. This part of the country, that's the norm.
Yeah.
You get back east and they go, well, I got 2 acres.
Yeah, section is 640 acres, also a square mile.
Slaughter,
It's just easier to say that a ranch is 4 sections rather
Yeah.
than.
or no, a good night had 100 sections.
Yeah, you did.
We formed 2.5 sections. That's a lot of dirt.
It's a
yes.
hell of a lot of dirt.
Anyway, folks, I will be out for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, I will be blogging and around on Facebook at least some.
He's going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
We'll be doing live from Blanket Fort. We'll be on the North Texas Troublemakers YouTube page. It'll be me and whoever I can kidnap.
Thank you, David. Maybe we have another.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I really love being on a government watch list with you.
Ag, it'll depend on what's going on.
If it-
She's having some pretty significant shoulder surgery, so I don't think I'm going to be on that much, to be quite honest. Mostly I'll be house cleaning and handling the dogs. And
Chasing
handling-
Labradorps.
Yeah.
I may finally get off on my rant about chilies.
Again. Anyway, folks, surgery's in 2 days. Pull Peter and Dot in for guest episodes. There's plenty of people that'll guest.
Oh, yeah. I won't. And I can run my mouth for an hour. Trust me. I can do this.
Considering where you were 5 years ago, that's fucking amazing.
No kidding, right?
And on that note,
If-
folks, remember, don't pet the sweaty stuff. Don't
If
sweat
I've
the
got
petty
a
stuff.
monkey to torture, I can make up an hour.
We'll see you later.
Y'all be safe.
Bye-bye.